Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Wally, and today, what I have for you guys is basically the fucking apocalypse. If you didn't know already, this video should hopefully be up the day after. The Call of Duty esports scene basically just imploded on itself. Everybody just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I want, I'm gonna go for every single team that I hate, said that I'd never team with, said that I'd always team with, etc, etc. Just to reiterate that the gameplay in the background is a 59 kill, 11 captures, strike zone domination game. Hope you enjoyed with the Mtar. Nice and fast paced. Using the assault streaks, hope you enjoy. But that's not what the commentary is all about. The commentary is all about competitive. So there's been a few things. I'm going to start off with Scumpy leaving Team OpTic now. Again, this video should hopefully be going up the day after. The past few days, so what is it today, the 7th, from about after UMG Philadelphia, there's been rumors circulating around Twitter that he's left. Not so much that he'd been released, it was actually that he left. And that was actually said to be true as of today. He has joined Team Envious, and Rambo Ray has decided to go into a coaching role. Apparently what he said on Twitter is he's not done retiring such as Big Timer. He says he's just for this particular period in time he's going to be a coach. So let's just start off with Scumpy and we'll move on to all the good stuff later. Scumpy joining Envious basically means that OpTic Gaming does not exist anymore, and what I mean by that is people enjoyed Nadeshot, but Nadeshot, he had his fan base, and I said I'm just a pub scrub, I know nothing. Nadeshot had his fan base, but Scumpy was, you enjoyed Scumpy for what he did as an entertainer, but you also enjoyed him for the fact that he's probably one of the best players to ever play the game. And as such, if you do not like Nadeshot, which I personally don't have any problems with Nadeshot, I enjoy his content and etc, etc, Scumpy was really the only lifeline. I've heard a lot of people say J-Cat, Ricky, they're a bit, blasé. Big Timer was personally my favorite. He was an extremely funny guy, entertaining. He's retired, so basically, unless you like or / love Nadeshot, OpTic Gaming really doesn't pose any interest to you anymore. To join Envious, however, to join up with Proofy, Goon, and Merc, Proofy, Scumpy, Merc, those guys have always been friends. You see him on Twitter all the time. Just got the Wargasm there. 3 kills in 20 seconds going off on the main stage. Joining that team basically now takes over from what OpTic was as the fan team, excuse me. Scumpy, AR presence, Proofy, not an AR presence, excuse me, Scumpy just a Slayer, Proofy, AR / anchor, quotation marks. Merc is basically just a Slayer, kind of an anchor role. Goon is a Slayer. That's a very, very strong team, and with Rambo Ray coaching, Rambo Ray widely regarded as probably one of the best tacticians, thinkers in the game. It will be extremely interesting to see that team right now. Probably the second best team if you look at it in pure player wise. I know there's pro points and all these other things, but moving forward, as Gandhi would say, love the way he says that, moving forward. Anyway, Rambo Ray coaching, I think that's a good move as of now. I've read a lot of people on Twitter and what Hastro was saying, they kind of wanted to focus up, try and win, and it was necessary for Rambo to step out. He's done the right thing in my opinion. Now, OpTic Gaming. Oh, just to reiterate, the reason Scump left, if you watch his video, it says basically it was because it became like a YouTube grind, Twitch grind. It wasn't about winning. Brings flashbacks to Merc and what they did to Merc. It will be interesting going forward, what Nadeshot puts up, Clayster, all those good stuff. But OpTic Gaming, they picked up Clayster, and they picked up Parasite. Now, Clayster was pretty much a given since TK released him, which I thought was a little bit of a shock. Press the pause button as you do, just check friend requests, make sure everything's going correctly. The reason that was, I think I've said in the party invite, yeah, there's Shotgun Ray, there's my friends. The reason that they picked up Clayster after TK dropped him, I was surprised that they dropped him, but thinking about it now in hindsight, those 3 guys on TK, Neslo, Theory, and who's the third guy? Neslo, Sharp, excuse me. You know, those are quite a tight-knit group of guys. You know, those guys have played together since TK was at first created. And for that fourth guy to come in, if there's not a problem, then he should be dropped. It's unquestionably, it's just that simple, because those three guys are the necessary people for TK. You know, Goonjar, what I'll say about Goonjar is Goonjar needs to prove something to me personally before I can kind of consider myself a fan of his, or I consider him one of the top echelon players. He just needs to have, you know, a little bit. He needs to show himself. But that's for me personally. Back on topic. OpTic Gaming to join, to pick up Clayster. I think it's a good move. Clayster now, after leaving Complexity, people see that he's kind of not this quotation douche as such. He's actually a guy, you know, with feelings. He's actually a very, very good player. People forget this all the time about Clayster. So I personally think that's a good pickup. But Parasite, I mean, Parasite, as a player, I can see that he's very good, but, you know, the way he conducts himself leaves a little bit to desired, in my opinion. But again, I'm just a pub scrub whose opinion doesn't mean anything. So, as of right now, you've got Nadeshot, who's like an OBJ SMG Slayer. You've got Ricky, who I don't know much about, but he seems like a very nice guy, very good player, obviously. He's an AR. Clayster is an AR/SMG. I know at UMG he was using the Mtar a lot, with a little bit of that snipe on the side. But Parasite, I know, can pick up a SMG, but I always picture him as a AR player. So, to pick up Parasite as well, I know there's a lot of things going on. Twitter hasn't even died down yet, so I might have to do a second video to this. To pick up Parasite, you know, everybody knows that Parasite, OpTic Gaming, not the best relationship in the world. A lot of the tweets that have gone on before this decision, I know he sent out like an apology letter, which everybody's kind of saying, well, you know, you kind of sucking up. That's neither here or there. You've got Nadeshot, who apparently put in his Twitch chat, which I think Aches tweeted out, you know, Parasite's not going to be joining the team. It's all very interesting. Now, I think one of the reasons that they've done this, which I don't think a lot of people are giving a lot of attention to, is pro points. You know, Clayster on Complexity, thousands, millions, I don't know how pro points work, but they had a lot of fucking pro points. Ricky, he plays a lot of the 4v4 GBS and D tournaments, a lot of pro points. Excuse me. Parasite, a lot of the pro points. You know, it makes sense if you think about it in that logistical sense of being able to position themselves as a team with a lot of pro points going into tournaments, best seedings. Kind of makes up for the short calls within the chemistry. That itself will be the biggest problem facing that team. You know, I think, again, some of the tweets that have gone out during this are absolutely priceless. You know, Merc was saying something like, everyone's going to turtle up on the B flag. Who's going to be the one that goes negative, you know? You've got three predominant AR players. Yes, everybody can run a a sub, except for Ricky. I've never seen Ricky run a sub. Not saying he can't, just saying never seen him do it. But, you know, you got two guys who are quite vocal, Clayster and Parasite. You know, the rivalry that they've had during Black Ops 2, and it's all just, it's going to be fun to watch. Regardless, I don't even give a shit about the gameplay anymore. Whenever they do a Turtle Beach team chat, I just want them to put that on for the entire game. You know, listen to them guys, not argue, because I don't think they'll argue in the sense of, like, what we imagine arguing to be is bickering. I think there'll be disagreements and different interpretations and variations on situations. So, but what I do think is another factor, actually thinking about it, is Big Timer coaching. You know, are they going to listen to Big Timer? Because, yes, he's by rights the best player that ever played the game on pure wins. But, you know, are they going to listen to Big Timer? Are they going to listen to what he has to say? You know, as a coach, seeing as how he hasn't only played this game for a few weeks, really, you know, that'll be another factor. The fact that you've got two OpTic guys versus two non-OpTic guys. The fact that the OpTic Big Timer, I think, gets along with everybody. He's a generally nice guy. I perceive him to be. You know, Nadeshot, not got on with Clayster in the best. Not really got along with Parasite in the best at all. So it's going to be very, very interesting to watch, especially the scrims. What I do think is I'm going to try and close this up. I know this has been a long video. I want to thank you all very much for watching. But Envy is basically now the new OpTic within fans. Envy have basically taken all the fans from OpTic who enjoyed what Scumpy brought. And that's pretty much it, really. It's going to be fun to see the new OpTic team work. To be honest, I know there's not an event for a little while, so they have a little bit of time to practice and prepare, but what do I think generally overall? I think Envious came out on top. I think OpTic, I think what I tweeted into Mr. Rave was, what it seems like OpTic to me now to be is individual players looking for something to prove and who want to beat Call Complexity. That's what it seems to be. Looking at it, that does not look like a team at all. It looks like a bunch of individuals. And then the OpTic House, that's another fucking commentary for another day. I'm not even going to get into that because that's just not going to work, period. So what I would recommend is watch the Scumpy video, you know, watch a lot of the tweets, read a lot of the tweets, because this is hilarious. This is absolutely superb. I'm going to go back on Twitter after I've made this video. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about all these roster changes. 6,000 score, 11 captures, 59 kills. Team change apocalypse. It's fantastic. Well, it's why we watch Call of Duty. It's not for the gameplay. It's for all the bickering and all the rivalries. So I know this has been a long video. I want to thank you again. Anyways, guys, this has been It's the Wally. I really do hope you enjoyed, and as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching.